Only 54% of senior executives surveyed stated the changes their company had launched or adopted and sustained. 54%. If you're nodding your head in agreement that perception sounds about right, stay tuned because I'm going to share with you 4 questions that you need to ask to improve that statistic and create a healthier, stronger organization because of change. Hello, I'm Dr. Dawn Marie Turner, President of Turner Change Management and founder of the Readiness Mindset. Every organizational change that you launch has the potential to invigorate and create a healthier, stronger organization. Every change your organization launches also offers the potential to create a tired, cynical, and change-adverse organization that doesn't achieve the expected results. Whether your organizational change efforts enable that healthy and sustainable environment depends on your willingness and ability to navigate the white space of change. The white space is that space between where you are when an event has occurred or a decision to make a change in your organization has been made and where you need to be to achieve that desired outcome, to get the return on that investment. William Bridges defined this space as the transition. He described it as the psychological process all of us must go through to reach a new desired outcome. And although intangible, the white space impacts every decision that you make, every aspect of what happens after you decide a change is needed in your organization or an event occurs. It's also in this space where you and your team will either adopt or reject the new activities and behaviors needed to achieve that new desired outcome. And it accounts for almost 80% of your change initiative success. So developing the comfort, confidence, knowledge, and skills to lead, navigate within this space is critical to your organization's success to be responsive and enable change that helps with growth and performance. You need to value the intangible elements of the white space as much as the tangible elements that are needed to enable the event. Most people are concrete thinkers. That's why it's not surprising when you think about implementing a change in your organization, you almost always focus first on those concrete elements. For example, let's say you're going to implement a new payroll system. Then your focus is probably on the software, the hardware, and maybe even the training needed so that people can use the technology. However, getting the value out of that new payroll system and achieving a return on your investment will depend on your team's beliefs about the technology, their history of change within your organization, their motivation, their commitment, and their perception of what that technology means. All intangible elements of the white space. And the failure to address these and many other of the intangible and emotional elements of that white space means that 80% of your change initiative's potential for success is lost. I've done a previous video on 3 reasons your technology implementations fail, and I'll post that in the show notes below. Leading and navigating the white space requires new knowledge and skills. Skilled change leaders, leaders that are comfortable with the tangible and intangible, approach change from a multidimensional perspective. They feel as comfortable and competent leading within those emotional, intangible elements of the white space as they are managing the concrete tasks of getting the event done. So here are 4 questions that can help you lead and navigate in that white space. 4 questions that you can ask as a leader and among your leadership team to ensure that you're tapping into that potential within that white space. The first question to ask is, what processes do we have in place to ensure that all of the people expected to adopt new activities or behaviors can engage in the conversations about the need and the intended outcome? The second question to ask is, do your leaders and managers have the information and an understanding of the change, the need for it, the intended outcome, the potential impact to the operational environment? And do they have the skills to actively and comfortably engage people in the conversations throughout the change process? The third question to ask, have we evaluated the full scope of the change? What's needed for unlearning, new learning, and restabilizing those new activities, those new behaviors post the event to ensure that we've got adequate time for people to navigate through that white space and adopt those new activities and behaviors so that they are sustainable? The fourth question to help you begin to navigate in this white space, are we acknowledging and measuring those intangible elements of the change process? Those intangible elements are more difficult to manage, but they often reveal much more about what's happening within the change process than the tangible elements. For example, a tangible element to measure is how many people have been trained on that new payroll system. But measuring their comfort, competence, and confidence to integrate that new technology within the current operational environment, all of those intangible elements gives you much more insight into the level of adoption and the potential for those new activities to be sustained and to get a return on your investment with, for example, that payroll system. These are just 4 questions that will help get you started to feel comfortable and more competent to lead within that white space. Learning to lead within this space and helping your team navigate it can take some time. And initially, it can feel quite uncomfortable as you interact with the range of emotions and all of the other elements within this space. But it is worth the effort. We have found in our practice, leaders who gain a comfort, a sense of competence, leading both the concrete elements and those intangible elements of the white space are able to prevent resistance, create healthy and sustainable change with employees who are willing to engage with change sooner, and they get a higher return on their change investment. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, click that like button. It really helps a lot. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.